Welcome back, Dr. Zoda here. In this video, I'm going to walk you through this new digital economy, this new $350 billion opportunity valued by Forbes. This is going to be the biggest wealth transfer of the 21st century, and I'm very excited to share this with you, how everyday doctors and health experts are capitalizing on this opportunity in order to create passive income so they can work less, make more, and help more people. And so before we even start, I want to clearly identify what an opportunity actually is. Why is it that time and time again, we see that really rich, successful people, you could take everything away from them, bring their bank account balance down to $0, and they would be able to build it back up in really short amount of time. The reason is because they believe in things that us lay people simply do not believe, meaning the skill sets, the character traits, and the beliefs that they have allows them to rebuild any wealth that they generate in a really short amount of time, even if you took everything away from them. And so if that was true, then being poor is more so a mindset. It's more so a mindset belief that most people tend to have. And I call this POOR, poor, passing over opportunities repeatedly. And so before I even talk about that, I want to clearly define where our current market actually is in the death of the old system. Right now, we are entering a pretty exciting time, to be honest. There's a lot of people that are really scared about the recession, but those that are able to take advantage of this opportunity and turn the big problems into big opportunities, those are the people that will set themselves up for financial success in the long term. And if you really study the billionaires, the Rockefellers, and so on and so forth, they took advantage of an opportunity inside a recession, right? The recession is, really an opportunity for all of us to create generational wealth and indestructible recession-proof income for ourselves and our family. And what I mean by the death of the old system is if you just kind of look around outside your window, you'll notice that the education system, the financial system, and the healthcare system are all slowly disintegrating, right? The education system is leaving a lot of us unequipped with the skill sets necessary to survive in a digital age. And if you have any children that are in university, or if you have any children in high school or even kindergarten, then you'll realize that by the end of the education system, not only are they left with hundreds of thousands of student loans, but they are unequipped in order to face the challenges of the real world. They are unequipped to have the skill sets necessary to thrive in the digital economy. So that's the education system. But what about the healthcare system? Well, if you just look around your colleagues, more and more health experts are overworked, underpaid, completely burned out, dealing with insurance, paperwork, trading their time for money. They're stuck and more importantly, they're only tied down to one source of income. They do not have multiple streams of income. They are not diversified. So just imagine what would happen if you lost your job tomorrow. Just imagine if a flu, let's say the COVID, hit your practice and you no longer get patients coming through your door. Are you hedged? Are you protected against those unpredictable black swan kind of events? Or are you tied down to only one income stream? And if that disappears, what's going to happen to your life and your family? What's going to happen to your career? Those are important questions to ask yourself so that we can prepare ourselves for success in the long term. And finally, there's the banking system, the financial system. If you kind of study like the rise of the cryptocurrencies or the rise of like Bitcoin or like the rise of the digital economy these days, more and more people, whether it's healthcare, whether it's education, or even finances, are moving online. Everything is moving online, and what this creates is the birth of the new system. And everyday doctors and health experts are tapping into this $350 billion economy in order to create passive income for themselves and their family while sitting in the comfort of their own homes. I'm also going to introduce the wealth circle, which is basically, all right, so the health system, the education system, and the financial system is slowly disintegrating. What is actually coming out of that? I'm going to talk more about that later on. And finally, the rise of the digital doctor. All of this is basically shifting the tectonic plates under our feet. There's a new economy that's being built, and there's a rise of the digital doctor. And I'm going to show you many examples from our own student community, from our own clients that we've worked with over the past, and also really successful online course creators inside our space in the healthcare and education industry. And so I'm going to share examples with you, and you're going to get some ideas on how you can create the best online course in the most profitable and effective way. Finally, I'm going to talk about the biggest wealth transfer. What we're really witnessing right now in the 21st century is unprecedented. It's unprecedented. The online world has really opened up a lot of opportunities available at your fingertips. If you just think about it, we have more power on our fingertips, on our smartphones, on our laptop than the President of the United States 20 years ago. And those that are taking advantage of this opportunity of a lifetime are the ones that secure their generational wealth and create financial freedom for themselves and their family. So let's start us off with what the current situation actually is, right? Because we must have an accurate, truthful, harsh reality snapshot of what our current healthcare industry actually is like. Right now, many doctors, many health workers are completely burned out, and COVID and the Omicron event just kind of exacerbated that, right? US faces crisis of burnout health workers. People are facing mental health crises. 500,000 of doctors and health experts are losing their jobs in the healthcare industry. This is crazy. People are being more jobless. So just imagine yourself, like why thousands of doctors in America can't get a job. So just imagine what would happen if, for whatever reason, maybe another flu, maybe another wave hits the healthcare system. What's going to happen to your life and your family? What happens if you stop showing up to work tomorrow or the next month? What's going to happen to your income? Are you tied down to only one source of income, or are you diversified and you have multiple streams of income that can multiply even while you sleep? Those are some important considerations to ask yourself, right? If you just look around at yourself, if you look at the colleagues, why are they stuck trading their time for money? Why are they stuck at their practice, sacrificing their time, and always complain about not having generational wealth, but they at the same time never invest in themselves, never learn or never grow their own skill sets so that they have the skill sets necessary to provide more value to the marketplace, to help more people, while at the same time working less and making more income. Those are some important questions to ask yourself. And this new economy has kind of pushed, or rather I should say, with COVID happening, more and more people are realizing the urgent need to move online. And those that take advantage of this opportunity, some of them are leaving medicine, some of them are continue to practice medicine, but have a supplementary source of income. Whether it's just a side hustle or whether it's just a side income of $10,000 per month coming in, this could be really, really powerful for you to just cut back on the clinical hours, spend more time with your family, doing the things you love. More and more physicians have already considered leaving medicine, and 1 in 5 doctors actually plan to exit in the next 2 years. Obviously, pandemic is a top reason why the medical workers are laid off or even quit in early 2020. And there's even a statistic that shows that the majority of healthcare workers won't recommend this path to children. I know this because a lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues, they got into medicine because of their parents or because of they come from a family of physicians, and more and more of them are not recommending this path to children because they have seen the harsh reality of the healthcare system, that it's leaving people overworked, underpaid, trading their time for money, dealing with insurance and paperwork, and waiting forever to get paid instead of actually doing what matters most, which is delivering value, helping people with expertise that you already have. So why don't we just shortcut the entire process and just go straight up, package the expertise we already have, and help people without trading our time for money. That is why I created this program. So there's also like articles like this, which is quite recent, that says healthcare is not as recession-proof as expected. Healthcare used to be recession-proof, not anymore. Are U.S. hospitals still recession-proof? And these are some questions that I asked myself. When I entered medical school, when I entered medical school back in the day, job security was still kind of on the line. I was guaranteed a job. I was pretty much guaranteed a job. I was pretty much guaranteed to go through a residency. But this is no longer the case. If you have any children that are in medical school right now, you know for a fact that maybe they'll get a job, but job security is the biggest lie told by our healthcare system. Right, we're seeing doctors get laid off all the time. We're seeing doctors' practices get shut down because they're no longer getting a surge of patients coming to their doorstep. It's very uncertain times that we're entering towards, and those that get eaten up are those that do not have a plan. Right, we don't plan to fail, but we fail to plan. And so it's very important that regardless of whether you want to start this as a side hustle or a side income, making a humble $10,000 per month, or whether you really want to start an online course in order to grow this to become a really wildly profitable business, so that you're making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 per month and completely replace your clinical income. Wherever you're at on the spectrum, We can help you get there, and it's important to, at the very least, have a plan on how you're going to get there. That's why I take it as the most important thing. If you have a plan and if you know where you're heading, then you can pretty much guarantee your own success. Okay, so all of this has led to the rise of the death of the old system. There's the banking/financial system, there's the healthcare system, and there's the education system. In the banking system, they've printed trillions of dollars on there, trillions of dollars. And so money is no longer scarce. In fact, money is literally infinite. Money is infinite. What is not infinite is your time. What is not infinite is your attention. And so by allocating your time and allocating your money in the most effective way possible, you can generate a massive return on investment that is not dependent on you trading your time for money. Number 2 is the healthcare system. It's leaving people overworked, underpaid, dealing with insurance and paperwork instead of doing what actually matters most, which is helping people with the expertise that they already have. So we're seeing this slowly collapse, and it doesn't take a genius. All you have to do is open up open up the windows, kind of look outside, look at what your colleagues are doing, look at the things they're complaining about, and you'll realize that this is not going to end up well. And finally, there's the education system. I feel very passionate about this because I have an education company. I run a digital doctor university where we were servicing over 1,000 clients from all different health professions. And we're really, some of our clients even call this the MBA killer, like a Harvard MBA killer, because we are leading the forefront of online education, especially in the healthcare industry. So we're taking advantage of this intersection. And so while these three systems are slowly disintegrating, there's a birth of the new system across this intersection on this new digital economy in health education. More and more everyday doctors and health experts are packaging the expertise that they already have in order to tap into this little known opportunity that's valued at over $350 billion in 2025. Especially since the pandemic, more and more of us are staying at our home looking to improve our health, our wealth, our careers by investing in our own online education, in our own self-education. And if you have any children, you'll realize that everything is moving online. This is why Forbes estimates this to be a $350 billion economy, and it doesn't take a genius to understand why. Now, more importantly, universities continue to feel the pandemic pain, and there's big declines in the 2021. So while there's a rise of online education, and online learning, universities, the traditional system, is slowly collapsing and and declining at a massive rate. Obviously, everything is moving online, and those that take advantage of this new opportunity are those that will be fully equipped to have bulletproof generational wealth for the future, while those that continue serving in an outdated system will continue trading their time for money, sacrificing their own mental health, sacrificing their own family and their own freedoms in order to serve an outdated system that no longer serves them. So you might be wondering, all right, what does this have to do with me? I totally understand that there's tectonic plates moving over here. This is much bigger than just me making money. This is just way better than me just... this is way bigger than me just kind of creating passive income for myself and my family. This is a huge shift in the entire global market. But what does this have to do with you? Well, it's important to realize this is the biggest wealth transfer of the 21st century. And every day, more and more people are using this exact system to create passive income by helping people on the internet. And the only people that are positioned to take advantage of this fast-growing wealth circle are health experts like you and me. So how does it all work? Well, all we simply do is package the expertise you already have into the online world in order to create massive income, massive impact, and freedom for yourselves and your family. Right? So imagine being able to duplicate the expertise that you already have into one online course. So it pays you every single day, even while you sleep, fully automated from your laptop. How much more income will you be generating without lifting a finger? How much more impact will you have on your patients without staying stuck at that office trading your time for money? And how much more freedom will you experience with your family doing the things that you love? All it really takes is just packaging the expertise that you already went through years and years of schooling to accumulate, years and years of training to accumulate, because at the end of the day, that is what actually matters most. The expertise that you can genuinely use to help people, and positioning it into an underserved market on the online world so that you're no longer tied down to trading your time for money, but rather you have your time working for you instead of against you. right? By using automations, by using technology, and combining your skill sets with the digital world. So with one online course, you can help other experts launch their own careers. This is an example. And with one online course, you can help students ace their exams, get into their dream schools. With one online course, you can even teach patients how to lose weight or even how to breathe better. So you might be wondering, hey, Dr. Zoda, who would actually pay me $2,000 for a course to breathe better? It almost sounds a little bit crazy. And that's a good question, because when I first learned about this economy, I thought, who would buy a course just to breathe better on $2,000? That is impossible, because that was what I thought at the time. I didn't have the business acumen. I didn't have the skill set. I had to piece together everything by trial and error and make a lot of mistakes doing it by myself. But that's a great question if you're asking that, because it's all about the way you package the expertise that you already have into an underserved market. I'll give you a very simple example. If I sold a course on how to speak English in America, you probably wouldn't even want it, right? But what if I sold the same course in the middle of China? Then suddenly $1 billion market opens up in my fingertips, right? Because just by speaking English coherently, I can transform someone's life and someone's career in the middle of China. I can create new jobs. I can create new opportunities. I can turn a village boy in the middle of rural China and help them open up like a whole knowledge base that's in the English language. So same expertise, but different market. And in the same way, most people take breathing for granted, right? This is something that most people have no trouble with. They're born knowing how to breathe. Why would anyone buy a course on knowing how to breathe better? But for people with chronic sinusitis, with terrible congestion, right, where it's impacting their sleep, their lifestyle, imagine the life-changing impact you can have. It's the same expertise, different market. It's all about how we package the expertise you already know into an underserved market to help more people around the world. And if you're wondering how you can also charge your worth, regardless of what expertise you already have, maybe it's hypertension, maybe it's diabetes, maybe it's a weight loss, maybe it's teaching other doctors how to start their own practice, maybe it's teaching students how to get into their dream schools. Whatever expertise you already have, I can promise you that we are the best equipped to charge your worth. And I'll show you exactly how to do that as well. And so all of this has led to the rise of the digital doctor. Every day, more and more health experts from any specialty imaginable are turning their expertise into a 6-7-figure income while working less, making more, and help more people. All because they understand this one simple fact about our current healthcare system. The fact that healthcare systems do not scale because it has a one-to-one relationship with human time. It's just math. The only way to make more is to work more, so you feel stressed, spinning your wheels, trading your time for money. Your patient care suffers and your mental health suffers. And this goes on and on until you take a step back and realize no matter how hard you work, you'll always run out of time. You simply can't cheat the clock. This is the old model. It's not working. People are trading their time for money. People have limited freedom, stuck at their practice, seeing patients day in and day out. You can continue living like this. You can continue practicing medicine, and for many people, like they are genuinely happy at practicing medicine, but at the very least, it's important to start preparing for the future and have an option so that you can work less. At the very least, freedom is all about having options, and the more options you have, the more income streams you create, then the more diversified and the more hedged against your current practice you are. The solution? By packaging what you already know into one online course, you can actually help more people beyond the confines of the hospital, beyond the confines of your practice, beyond the confines of your own office, because we're using a one-to-many approach with infinite scalability. Just by creating an online course just once, we don't have to put in any extra work or any extra time. By packaging the expertise we already have into the online world, this becomes an asset that pays us every single day. With one online course, you have unlimited freedom to control your own schedule and be your own boss, so you can enjoy life on your own terms and spend time with your family doing what you love. All you need is to build this once and have it pay you infinitely every single day without repeating the same one-on-one consultations over and over again, without dealing with insurance and paperwork ever again. I know this because I've seen this for myself, and I know this because I've seen this for many of our clients. And so let's take a moment of gratitude to appreciate What a beautiful time it is to be alive. Because back in the old day, like I said, right now we have more power on our fingertips than the President of the United States 20 years ago. Right now, we have an opportunity that our parents did not have back in the day, that our colleagues may not even be aware of. And every single day, more and more people are using this system to create passive income by helping people on the internet. And they're tapping into this billion-dollar economy valued by Forbes in order to create indestructible generational wealth. But this opportunity won't last forever because the gates are closing. Right now, this is a law of diffusion, and it's commonly known by startups like Amazon or even Tesla, like really fast growing startups back in the day, in order to really identify which stage of innovation we are currently at. Right now, we are at the tipping point. There are the early adopters, the early majority, late majority, and the laggards. What this basically means is that whenever something new comes up, whenever there's a new invention, let's say back in the days, there was somebody invented the wheel. There are the early adopters. There's the innovators that invented the wheel. There's the early adopters that would be skeptical, like, will this actually work? This is not gonna last forever. This is a scam. Is this? I'm not sure about that. But then once it's achieved mass adoption, then suddenly the late majority and the laggards will be left behind in the dust, right? We've seen this with Amazon as well. Back in the day, when Jeff Bezos started Amazon selling books, people thought he was crazy. People thought it was a scam. Like, who would buy books on the internet? Now, now just look around yourself. Like, who doesn't use Amazon? Now just look around yourself. Who isn't buying things on the internet, right? And it's the same with Tesla. Who would buy an electric car? People, this must be a scam. Elon Musk, you're kind of crazy. Why would we want to go to Mars? Let's just stay on Earth. We have enough energy to last us a lifetime. But now it's achieving mass adoption. More and more people are investing in SpaceX. In fact, the stock grew by like hundreds of folds just because they took advantage of this opportunity at an early level. And right now, it's very exciting to share this with you because this is the biggest wealth transfer right now in the 21st century, packaging the expertise you already have into a digital economy. And you can understand why. The costs are insignificant, right? Just imagine starting a private practice, how much money you would need, how much manpower you would need. You would need to rent out a place, you would need to buy out equipment, you would need to hire staff. But with an online course, you can start this in the comfort of your own homes, in your pajamas, next to your child, next to your pet dog, on the comfort of your own laptop, fully automated without your time. That is really powerful, and that is truly magical. I want to end with this one quote. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And this is from Arthur C. Clarke, right? Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. When the internet was first invented, people thought it was crazy, it was a scam, right? But now, everyone is on the internet. And if you have any kids, then you'll know that all the kindergarten, all the high school lectures, everything is moving online. And so this is really powerful. It's a really exciting time to be alive. And like I said, we have more power on the fingertips than the President of the United States in 20 years ago. And the true beauty of this system is you only need to get this right once. Imagine what this would mean for your life and your family if you had one passive income source that pays you every single day. The gates are closing. This opportunity isn't going to last forever. And right now, this is the golden opportunity for us to become early adopters in this $350 billion digital economy. Those that take advantage of this opportunity are those that create a generational wealth that is indestructible for a lifetime.